evening. If there's a will, there's a way. Absolutely, and I'm really grateful for Sterling and Carol for beginning to widen the net for dialogue. I think that fills me with a lot of hope. I am a family therapist, and I was formerly employed by the Jersey City Board of Education. I'm a licensed clinical social worker. I cut my teeth in social work on a process with the Juvenile Justice Commission, which was a screening process when kids were arrested. And parents and kids came into the courts and they were triaged. And they weren't criminalized, they weren't penalized. This kid getting in trouble meant that something was happening. And lots of things were happening. So the parent and the kid met with a coalition of providers, DIFAS, the Board of Ed, therapists, other entities, other substance abuse providers, other treatment providers, and we were able to determine within about an hour what was the level of difficulty going on with that family and what were the services we needed to put in play so we can begin to think about stabilizing behavior. And you know, that model is a good model. It keeps a lot of kids out of trouble, it intervenes quickly and early, and kids and families get help. Now, I'd like to see something similar to that be employed in the school district, because we do have some 10–12% of our adolescent population, which is what I'm speaking about because I've never worked in elementary or middle schools, who are acting out. They're screaming out for help, and they're quite squeaky and quite loud. And guess what? They get 90% of the time of a lot of our administrators, our CITs, and they categorically disrupt the learning that's going on in the classrooms, right? And we criminalize them, we vilify them, we do all kinds of things to these kids except for help them, okay? We don't help them. We need compassion. We need to help this particular swatch of young people who are crying out for help. And guess what? The apples do not fall very far from the tree. You've got trauma in the kid, in this 15-year-old kid, in their 30-year-old mothers and fathers, in their 45-year-old grandparents, in their 70-year-old great-grandparents. Okay? And how are they choosing to be okay? How are they quieting the demons in their heads? What are they doing? You know, we're losing them. They're alienating themselves. They're using drugs. They're checking out. They're depressed. And there are no services in the city to meet their needs. All right? We need to get kids help in the buildings because the walls are thin. The walls are thin. No matter how beautiful the building, the walls are thin. Yeah. What happens in the neighborhood happens here. And I'll say one last thing. Not only did I provide treatment and support and services to kids, but this trauma ripples out, they call it vicarious trauma, to teachers, to the staff. I can't tell you how many faculty members, oh, Doc, please, I gotta talk to you. You know, trauma is the problem. That impedes the learning, and we can't ignore the elephant in the room any longer.